Titan X, what's going on, everyone? I can't tell you how excited I am. I got some of my favorite streamers that I've watched in the Pulse Chain community, and now they're here. Technically, they've been here the whole time, but that's kind of what we're going to find out about. So, guys, I can't wait to introduce you to everyone if they're not familiar with you. Let's get a better, there we go. Nice, better window. Got everyone's faces up. All right, I got Facing Reality, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having us
so much. Brandon Davis from R2R and BuildTheTech.com, sir.
Dude, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it. You're big time now, dude. That's awesome. Everybody talks about Moe now.
Man, I'm just a hype man and a FUD killer. So I appreciate everyone's compliments, but yeah, I'm just here for the people.
Well, you're crushing it, man. It's good. When you give value, you get value.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. Speaking of crushing it, Vibra Finance, sir.
Appreciate you.
How are you?
Good.
How are you,
Good, man? Good, bro. Excited to be here.
I'm excited you're here, man. You're like a low key, just OG whale lurking in the system. Always there helping out. Like I'm super stoked you're here, man.
Appreciate it, bro. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking on Twitter, but it's glad to finally be on stream, and I'm sure we'll do it multiple times in the future.
I can't wait. Hopefully everyone watched your stream where you guys discussed the Morpheus protocol, and that's what we're going to do here today. So for everyone who missed that stream, this is going to be a sort of a high-level overview. We're going to discuss the Morpheus protocol. First off, I guess, should we talk about how did you guys come into Titan X? Let's talk about that first off.
I came into Titan X. Let's see here. Obviously, Jake from Pulse Chain, heard through the grapevine, as you typically do when you run in all these different circles, that Jake was launching something. Read the white paper early on. It launched. I don't remember if I was in on day one or if I was in on day two, but I created miners right away, and I also did some staking as well. So that's pretty much when I got into it. I know that Jake had left the Pulse Chain community, or not left, but went out to go do his own thing, and there was a lot of people that were upset about that. And I was kind of like undecided or on the fence, and I looked at the white paper, and immediately I knew that this was going to be something pretty substantial. And I talked about it actually with Crypto Kool-Aid as well. We had some discussions early on about Titan X, and it just looked like an awesome opportunity, and pretty much exactly the way that we thought it was going to play out. Just short of a year now. That's how it's played out, and it's right on target, right on schedule. Actually, I think it's well ahead of schedule in terms of adoption. So that's how I kind of got into it.
Yeah, you might be one of the only here that predicted this day 280 pump, because we all thought that when all these miners were coming out, we were going to see at least going sideways, if not dumping. The fact that we started running up, it was like, what is going on right now? Is it hyper? Is it the time? What is it? But this ecosystem is just special, and it's refreshing coming from so much just toxicity and negativity all around crypto, to have all these people coming together, supporting each other. None of the little infighting or we're better than you. It's all positive. It's all, let's do this together, and look at the results already. I mean, every time I go to that Titan X hub, there's a new project that launched. There's 5 more in the pipeline. It's like, this is incredible.
Yeah, he has a backlog of things that he still hasn't put up yet. That he's like, that's where we are at this point. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Facing Reality, how'd you come about the Titan X system? Same thing?
Did you guys, same thing. Yeah, we were all part of the same group. We pretty much talk to each other on the daily. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. And it was Adam convincing me to do max miners, and it was on day 2. Created the max miners and then sit it out, and we talked about it privately. Unfortunately, it's not allowed to do so within the community where we're in. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a nice journey. But yeah, same story. Once we read the white paper, we could see this is something special.
Yeah, and we met. I mean, we were talking about this last night. We've got a call every Wednesday night. It's just it's a free group. And I think we started a year ago, very soon, maybe this month, Facing Reality. I think a year ago in November is when we started meeting every Wednesday, and we talked about it every single time. We kept seeing it go down further and further and further, and I said, guys, this is what it's supposed to be doing right now. So and now it's turning the corner. So it's really nice to see.
Yes.
How was the dead period for you guys? The sort of that slow period from, late February, March, April. Was it totally expected? Did it still give you a little bit of like,
I was nervous. I was nervous that I screwed up because I was saying day one, max miners. If you want to do some staking to hedge it, cool. But it's all about the max miners. And then I didn't do any short term. So I started seeing a lot of people making 2-3Xs on these, 15, 18, 30-day miners. They're just rolling them over. And I started second guessing, man, did I not do this right? Should I have done short term miners? But I just stuck with it. And there was a couple of weeks where no one was creating new miners. The price kept going down. And it was like, man, I think everything's going to be all right. But as soon as day 280 hit and we went up, that was just it for me. I knew right there that nothing's going to stop TitanX now.
Did everyone assume on 280 we were going down? Did someone think it was going sideways or up?
Yeah, I think we all expected it, but then a lot of our conversations, Adam and Facing Reality here, we knew that buy and burn was adjustable. So we were curious if that was going to help the buoyancy of the price action at that point in time. Dragon X came along too. This is helping everything. So we made some marks on the charts as to where we thought it might drop down to. It dropped down a little bit, but certainly it was just people front running the news. There was a little pump prior to, and then the front run, which we also called buy the rumor, sell the news event. So yeah, I wasn't in that period of time in the bear market. I can't speak for these guys, but we're very well versed on how these market cycles play out. And we get really into macroeconomics and how the Federal Reserve is affecting cryptocurrency and this or that. And I'd say for the past year, we said, guys, September's the time when things are going to turn around for the crypto markets at large. And really, I feel like we've been on target for the most part this entire time. So it was really a blessing to be able to accumulate at a lot of these lows. Everything was on fire sale for a very long time.
That's awesome.
Very long time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Except for Bitcoin.
All right, well,
yeah.
Well, that's true. It's definitely been an interesting last year and a half with where that bear market has taken us. I don't think anyone expected that the first big pump out of the well, maybe not first big pump, but one of the the major pumps out of all of crypto while everything is down was going to be TitanX. I mean,
no, it was beautiful. Maybe it was a marketing play, but it's the best marketing play ever.
That was perfect timing the way he laid it out.
Yeah, and I was saying prior to Pulse Chain launching, I said, how nice would it be? And I used the desert analogy, where you're in the desert and it's nighttime, and obviously it's flat in every direction, horizon, and it's night. And you look out in the distance and you see something glowing. And you can see it from miles and miles in every direction. You see this thing glowing in the distance, and you start walking towards it. And I said, guys, this can be Pulse Chain. It would be really nice if we could pump during the bear market, because everybody in crypto in the wasteland would look in the distance and see this glowing beacon, okay? And they'd walk towards it, and there's Pulse Chain. It didn't really happen that way, per se. But, I kind of liken that to what happened with TitanX on Ethereum. I think that certainly happened, and it pumping and doing well is the best marketing imaginable. So yeah.
So where do we think it's going to go as Ethereum pumps?
Well, what are we at? 110 or 117x until all-time high from these levels.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say it gets back to all-time high. How about that?
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't think anyone's
333.
333x
from here. It's my number. Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
yeah.
I'll take either of them. I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we got to. I've learned to be very measured in the past 4 years here. So, I think getting back to all-time high is a pretty good way to go. At least.
Yeah, definitely. I think the past 4 years has taught me two things: trust your instincts. Don't just go back and forth and flip flop left and right, but also know that probably whatever you think is going to happen is going to be wrong.
Yep.
That's everything in crypto just goes opposite of what you think it's going to do.
Yeah, I think the only sure thing in crypto is buying in the bear market. I mean that's the best opportunity for success. That's the only thing.
And that's what pretty much everybody doesn't do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see a lot of people showing back up now. That's for sure. But they're going to be everybody's exit liquidity, unfortunately. And I'm not savage like that. I'm just saying that that's how markets work. It doesn't matter if it's crypto or Wall Street.
Reality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, shall we talk about Morpheus?
Sure.
Should we?
Just
yeah.
Shits and giggles. Bring the red paper up. I love that you guys did that. The red paper.
Yeah, man. For those who don't know, this is paralleling the Matrix and the whole red pill.
What do you mean for those that don't know?
Hey, listen, you can't assume when you're streaming. You can't assume, dude.
I literally will not believe if you tell me there's someone in crypto that's never heard of the Matrix. I'm not going to believe. It has to be from a rock under another continent, like that has never had a TV, but somehow now has internet access, but not to YouTube or to any pop culture sites.
There are some Reformed Baptists in Appalachia that don't know about the Matrix, I promise.
Oh, that would be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, bring him on stream. Try to explain it to him, and then try to explain that both of the founders are trans people now. Of the Matrix, the Wachowski sisters.
The Wachowski. Oh yeah, I thought they were gonna change the movie now to say the sisters and re-edit it out. I watched it like a week ago, and at the end, it's like the Wachowski brothers. I was like, wow, they didn't edit it out yet. Nice.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not hard for Hollywood. They'll change it left and right.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's pretty surprising.
It's coming. Yeah.
Right.
Someone's going to see this stream and they're going to fire off an email and they're going to be like, "What? We haven't changed it? Son of a." All right. So, sorry, I cut you off. This is based on the Matrix.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've been living in a world pulled over your eyes, a system that keeps you blind, but now I offer you a chance to awaken, to see the truth. The Morpheus blueprint is the key unlocking the code that governs the ecosystem of decentralized finance. This is not just another project. It's a movement. So we think that Morpheus is an incredible brand. The name is incredible. Shout out to Mike Dean for picking up the Matrix as well. I think that this has the potential to go beyond the riverbanks of just Titan X. I think that this meme could spill into cryptocurrency at large, and our goal is to kind of help make that happen. Definitely.
Yeah, and we see it already with, the incentive to build on top, starting from Titan X, and that it's so powerful now. You're starting to see it. At first, when we were reading the white paper, it's like, oh, cool, it's the 8% or whatever is getting set aside. But now a year later, it really has sparked people wanting to come here. And I think people that are setting the foundations here, encouraging people to come build stuff on top. Like it's almost like the Titan X way now is come take what's here and bring it to the next level. And that's what I just love about this, the builders here and just the mentality of everybody. We're all in this together.
Absolutely.
Are you guys surprised how many protocols we have at this point? Or is it kind of expected with the ramp up of Titan X and where you saw it going?
I didn't expect that much so quick, to be honest. I was fully focused on Titan X and when it came out and how it would react once Day 280 came out, once the inflation started to change. I had no idea that it's going to be this accelerated. I mean, we knew about a couple of projects that were planning on building on Titan X, but seeing it accelerate this quick, did not expect it. No.
Yeah. This is an anomaly. It's not normal. This doesn't happen in cryptocurrency typically. So yeah, I did not expect it. Sorry, Adam.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say I heard early that this was the goal, and we saw Dragon X and Hyper. I think Hyper was kind of the turning point when the miners were becoming profitable. That Titan X really started to turn up, but I thought that there was going to be a lot of projects that kind of rushed in and some of them would really start to fall apart and kind of leave blemishes. But so far, every project has done well. I look at the list every day and they're all holding their own. There's not one that's just like a black eye or just looking terrible for the ecosystem. Everything is doing well. That's what really surprised me.
That's a great point. With all the projects coming out, you'd expect there would be at least a dud or two. And for the most part, everything has just done great.
Yeah, or at least had a time where they really ran up hard against Titan X or Dragon X. So they had a window where, you could have done well against the core. I call it the core two kind of Titan X and Dragon X. Obviously, those are two people are trying to stack the most up at the end of the day. So,
yeah, 100%. Pretty soon we're going to have this nice, core four plus the Titan farms will just be a wonderful synergy between that entire group, and you should be able to if you can navigate the way of the land, you should be able to navigate a way to pump your bags and to ratio and increase your Titan X bags, because there will be lots of opportunities between Hydra and Hyper and Titan farms and the Tink token. I can't wait to get into that. That's going to add a whole new level to this.
Yeah, I don't think that people in the Titan X ecosystem understand the reality that is barreling towards them on the railroad tracks, which is Titan X is about to get really freaking expensive, and they don't really. I'm not sure people are valuing it the way that they should. And I'm not sure that people are valuing the projects that are also paired with it and Dragon X the way they should. So if this plays out, if the contract stays secure, if no mistakes are made, then this can be super special, I believe. And if you don't believe me, I wrote an article a long time ago about this. You can go on my Twitter and check my articles, and I talked about this publicly. Caught a lot of shit for it, but it doesn't matter because here we are. So this is a super good opportunity, guys. Spotlight's on this community right now.
Feels a lot better being on this side after talking about it and taking all that flack, doesn't it, though?
So, yeah. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you, man. It was a really weird feeling to talk about a project and to not catch shit in every single stream and not catch shit in my DMs and not be tagged with crazy hate-filled stuff from who knows who. It was nice. So, it is what it is. I think that the Pulse Chain people, and I consider myself a Pulse Chain person, but there's a large conglomerate of these people who still have like a layer 2 mentality. They still have a hex mentality, and they're not thinking broader in terms of the opportunity that's been given to them with Pulse Chain. And then the other way that I think they aren't viewing the world broadly is, guess what? Pulse Chain picks up what's going to stop somebody like Jake from bringing Titan X or some derivative thereof to Pulse Chain, right? So it's like, I think it's important to still talk to people from different communities, because guess what? I'd say 60% of everybody on Titan X are Pulse Chain people too, hold Pulse Chain bags. So, I don't want to burn these bridges, man. I don't want to do it. And I think that we can all win if we work together in the right way. The code's solid. People aren't in a community that's getting rugged left and right. So that's kind of where I stand on it. I'm going to build bridges when not many other people want to. And shout out to the folks who have. A lot of guys on this stream right now.
Absolutely. It's just it's wild to say that it's a different way forward to maintain positivity when you're within your own ecosystem, but it really is unique in all of crypto that we have such a community that embraces positivity so much. And I feel like, honestly, most of us, maybe not most of us, but a large portion of us came from Pulse Chain to Titan X.
Yeah.
So that core feeling exists in Pulse Chain. So, people like you that are they're trying to create these bridges, hats off to you, because it's absolutely what needs to be done. And we're all the same at the end of the day. And we all come from the same ethos and the same ideas. I've heard you say before, it is okay to have crypto and not be on social media.
Correct.
It is okay to try other things.
Yeah, and we need to normalize calling these dumbasses out who try to shame regular folks, who plumbers and nurses and welders and teachers and just regular people in regular life who talk about something on Twitter and then they get blasted by people from Pulse Chain or Hex or something. That's freaking wild, man. And we need to normalize calling these people out and shaming them. And it's okay. You need to be louder than those dumbasses.
I think too, Reds, a lot of the problem is these dumbasses like that, they're not the smartest people, and they get very excited and they tend to go all in and get overextended into one coin. So say you did that last cycle, you drank the Kool-Aid and you staked all your hex out and you don't have money coming in. You see everyone else making money around and you can't get into it physically or financially. I think that's a lot of the problem too, but it's just so toxic, and it brings people down that they don't even realize it. You get caught up in this little petty stuff, and the stuff you can miss could be life-changing. You get caught up arguing this little thing and you miss one of these projects that does a 20x, that could change your life, and you're too busy worried about stuff that does not matter at all.
Yeah, it's true. And dude, I've said this on every single stream that I've been on thus far. I'm going to help communities that want to help themselves. And you guys are helping yourself right now. You're working together. You're making something cool. You're doing something cool. And I want to help be a part of that. I want to support that. Okay. And people want to support that sort of thing. And it starts with the attitude of the founder. And it seems like his community right now is a reflection on how he's been leading. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't
really
start
good.
off as a Pulse Chain or a Hex guy. Before that, it was other blockchains. Before that, it was XRP. If you keep focused within your own thing, you don't learn anymore. So you start becoming a maxi. I went from XRP to Ethereum to Hex to Pulse Chain, now Titan X. You can only do it if you're willing to participate in other things and look at them and see the opportunity that lies in front of you instead of, we all know what happened. Yeah.
It'll be
Dude,
good.
Just like,
go ahead, buddy.
go ahead, Russ. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that the people that I'm talking about, these quote unquote dumbasses, it's a small vocal minority. But the neat thing about Pulse Chain, it's so big, you can go build your own world out. So we're building our world. We're building our world on Pulse Chain. We're building our world and supporting people who want to support themselves. And I think that's what's most important.
Correct.
Yeah, a real good point. And just something that in the last week with just Volt, for example, I remember talking about it early, and a couple people that I respect highly were really concerned about the low liquidity. That it was only going to start out with $5,000 in liquidity. Obviously, you don't want to see what happened with Titan Legends with Jared from Subway coming in and scooping $115,000 up from the community like instantly and just leaving. So that was kind of a concern. And now 5 days later, or day 6, there's $400K liquidity in there because of a portion of everything going into the LP. So we just learned that in 1 week, a protocol can launch with $5,000 in the main liquidity pair. And within a week, if done right, you can have over 400K in there. And that from now moving forward, we just got rid of a bunch of fear potentially with smaller liquidity pools starting out with all these new projects. This is how you do it right here and build it up to $500,000 in a week. And now the blueprint's there. We just learned a ton from that. And this is happening every week all over the ecosystem. It's really cool.
This is why I love why we're doing this, because I didn't know that. I missed that. Like, there's so much going on in this entire ecosystem that I missed how genius of a liquidity play that he did was. So I love this. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
and just what's going to come from that?
Say that again.
What's going to come from this and moving forward, each project that comes now in the next month, 2 months, you get to just see all these different things and put pieces of it and make things work better with his auction being completely front loaded, where Inferno's buy and burn back way was spread out over time. Now this one is super front loaded. Is this going to work? Is it going to pump? Like, we're going to learn now in another week from this. So it's just constant like game theory alpha. It's awesome, bro. Like, nerds can nerd out all over the place here. It's the ecosystem for everybody.
Constantly perfecting itself. That's what this system is doing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's refreshing the way how everybody handles it. Yeah.
And that it's all done in a way that, the end goal is to pump the system, not to pump a dev's bags so he can leave.
It's like you can truly see that everybody has the same goal in mind, and that's value adding instead of value extraction. What most things are. Everybody goes from the same baseline. Let's build something that primarily focus on supporting the base layer and build from there. What a concept.
That's a perfect segue back to Morpheus. So how are you guys using Morpheus to add more value into the system?
So I think first and foremost, we wanted to, I'm the newcomer, right? I've not been super outspoken about Titan X because I was doing other things, not even related to Pulse Chain, standing up my podcast, a new YouTube channel, etc. So I wanted to signal to the community that I wasn't here to extract. So first and foremost, we're going to take, I obviously have a mint phase. Shout out to the Inferno team. They've created a really good blueprint for a lot of projects to be able to launch. And a lot of the intellectual capital came from those guys to be able to launch Morpheus. So thank you, tipping the hat there. So the next part here is, and there's Bad Sports. Just saw him.
Good Lord.
Perfect
Bad
timing.
Sports. Thanks, man. I believe that is my first super chat. So shout out to you, sir.
Dang.
I just got the notification I could get those today. And here he is with a $100, 100-pound super chat. Thank you, sir, very much, sir. Y'all, please check out Blaze. Please check out Inferno. And if you have any ideas, you need to talk to Mr. Bad Sports and his Accelerate team, and maybe they can help you going forward. So,
yeah. I streamed with him
Good
yesterday,
Lord.
and we talked about pretty in depth about their company. So yeah, check it out.
I want to leave it up there, but I'm covering Adam's face with it. So I'm
all good, bro. You don't need to see me.
No, bro. Thank you. All right, I'll bring it back up a little later. But I gotta see Adam's face. So.
Cool. Yeah. So we wanted to take a sizable portion of the amount of Titan X that's going to be used to mint Morpheus. we want to take a sizable portion and we want to burn it. All right. So, but the way that we're going to do it, 20% of the Titan X that's collected during the mint. So for those of you guys who are familiar with Inferno and others, you're going to take your Titan X, you will mint Morpheus. The details about that will come out very, very soon. And that goes into a wallet over the course of about 14 days or so. We're going to have our mint phase. Only 14 days, guys, by the way. So if you want it, you got to get it pretty quick, because that decay rate, the ratio that you receive of Morpheus to the amount of Titan X that you input decreases very quickly. So 20% of that Titan X, after all is said and done, that goes directly to the Dragon X vault. All right, so we're cutting 20% off the top there. 8% is going to go to the OA, or the Genesis wallet. Okay. The next portion, now this is what's interesting. So with the Inferno contract, I think it was 50 billion. Once 50 billion Titan X is raised, there's a trigger that causes the liquidity pools to be created. So they would mint Inferno and they would pair it with Titan X. So what we're going to do, our angle is going to be Dragon X. So when 50 billion is created, and I think the slippage last time I checked is like 1.5% or something to that effect. We're going to do a purchase of Dragon X, and then we're going to pair Dragon X with Morpheus. Okay, so the smart contract is going to do all of that. So there is a function that is callable when that hits for us to be able to press the function and it does the swap. So Dragon X is going to be paired with Morpheus. That's going to be our primary liquidity pairing. So with that, about 50 to 55% of that is going to be used to buy and burn Morpheus. Okay, 20%. So every single time the buy and burn is called for Morpheus, 20% of that buy and burn amount is going to be burning Dragon X as well. So all in all, we're burning probably north of about 30 to 40% of all the Titan X that's in that wallet. Now, what we've decided to do, which is important, and it'll be interesting again to learn from us so other people can do better than we do, we're going to stretch this out over roughly over the course of maybe 18 months or so. Could be plus a little bit, could be minus a little bit. So that buy and burn, it's not going to be 20% per week, this and that. It's going to actually be a flat rate per day for about 18 months. The reasoning is we think that Titan X is going to appreciate significantly. And if we have Titan X in that wallet, the dollar value of that Titan X could be pretty high. And when you're swapping that down the road, that could add significant sell pressure, or buy pressure rather, to the Morpheus token when buy and burn happens, and Dragon X token when buy and burn happens. So that's the idea. You have any questions about that, Mo?
Do you have the flow chart on your end? I don't have Telegram on this computer.
Yeah. I can I can swap. Well, let me see if I can share this here. Present. Can I do slides? I don't know if I could do slides. Share screen.
The way that they have it, it's so hard to bring up just a photo on StreamYard. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think I should be able to do this. I got the, let me pull it up here.
I did the other day. I was like, oh, I'll make an X post with the photo and I'll just go to it there. That's the only way I can do it.
Yeah. Let me find this file.
Can you hear my dog snoring, by the way?
Is that your dog snoring? I thought I was going to say your wife, but that would have been really mean, dude. I'm not going to say it. We're not boys like that. We're not boys like that. I'm sorry. But if you were my boy, I would have said that. I promise. And
I'd be totally in the doghouse.
I promise it was in good fun. All right. I promise. See, that's what you call risk and reward, folks. That could go south real quick. But don't act like your boys don't say stuff like that, man.
That was worth it. Just
there, Raz. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Right.
I'll pop it up. There we go.
Okay. All right. Cool. Perfect.
All right. There we go. Okay. There's your flow chart.
Yeah.
So 20, The 20% burned right away.
Yes. 20% of submitted Titan X is going to be sent to the Dragon X vault. So it's going to be cut off the top.
Not burned, put in the Dragon X vault. Sorry.
Yes. And then 8%, 8% of that total mint phase goes to the no expectation wallet.
Yep.
We're going to swap. Now, this might have changed a little bit. I want to make sure you guys know this. The initial liquidity is going to be, there's going to be a big buy of Dragon X for initial liquidity to pair it with Morpheus. But then after that, every single time we press the buy and burn button, the rest of this happens. So there will be Titan X in the primary wallet. We press the buy and burn button, and then this is kind of what happens in the process. The Dragon X is swapped. 52% of that total amount over 18 months is going to be used to buy and burn Morpheus. 20% over that full period is going to be 20% is going to be Dragon X burnt, and then I have the Morpheus Dragon X LP created. So that's how that goes.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a lot of buying of Dragon X.
It's a lot of buying a Dragon X, and it's a lot of helping the ecosystem out. It's quite a bit, actually. So it's like we're kind of standing on our laurels a little bit on our ability to market, and we're going to say, hey, listen, we want the Titan X ecosystem to do well at the expense of our own project. We're giving a lot of that back to help everybody out, but we also understand that pumping Dragon X and Titan X also helps Morpheus because of the pairings. So it's pretty synergistic in my estimation.
Nice little symbiotic relationship.
Yep.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So the mint phase, let me go back to that.
Yep.
It's 1 day on, 1 day off for 14 days.
So here's what I'm going to say. We're going to be to audit, give you guys some alpha here next week. I'm not going to say when we're going to launch. Audit will be ready next week. So there's a couple things that we may be changing and just tweaking. I want to make this as simple as possible. I kind of want to make this as predictable as possible as well. What I do want is I want this to be over and done with pretty quickly. All right. So I'm not going to be stretching this out over weeks. You will have 14 days. And I think what I'm leaning towards at this point is to have a mint day every single day now. So there is no pause in between. You will be able to claim your tokens at the end, or I guess the beginning of the next day. That's how that's going to work. So it's just going to be balls to the wall. If you don't get in, you're not getting the good rates. Okay. Yeah.
So we'll wait for the final details on that when you drop the alpha with the with the audits, I guess.
Yeah, the white paper, we are going to release a final white paper right before we release the launch date. We'll give plenty of people a time to look through it. It's going to be extremely close to what we have now, but just I'll point out any changes that we make.
Okay, sounds good. And you guys are going to announce that in the Telegram group?
Yeah, we'll announce it in Telegram and we'll announce it in Twitter, and I'm sure Viber will talk about it too. Like, yeah, everybody will know.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Locked and burned LP. I still think that's a really big thing.
Talk about that for a second.
Well, it will create trust, and technically, it can never die because liquidity can never be removed. So, for as long as the blockchain exists and the liquidity is there, the product will be there, or the project.
Yeah.
Meaning there's no possibility of a rug.
No.
By doing
approximately $30,000 worth of Titan X will be swapped for Dragon X and paired with Morpheus. So maybe who knows what that number is at the time based on the market, but that's going to be, so let's just say $60,000 worth of value is locked and burned. We're not going to be able to remove that. We're not going to be able to touch that. And that just signals to people that we're here to stay.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the Titan Farms coming. That's going to be great too. Where we can, this is so incentivizes all projects like this to have a big pairing with Titan X, if not Dragon X, or at least 30% getting those farms. Like it, just the stuff that's coming. It's just so exciting, man. It really truly is.
Do you know, is Morpheus going to possibly get into farms? Are they going to get a pairing into farms? Not that they technically need to, because I mean, I guess if as long as the Dragon X pairing is there, with you paired with Dragon X, that'll do wonderfully. But have you talked to Eric at all?
Yeah, I've spoken to Jake a little bit. He's got Jake and Eric, and they've got a couple kind of metrics that they look for with regards to projects and putting them in the farms. So it's pretty cool because it's a competition. I think if your project has any sort of volume, then you're going to be able to qualify to get in those farms. So whatever that threshold is, I'm not quite sure, but that's been the indication. So it's a meritocracy, it's competition. That's what it's all about.
I like
then
it.
Makes
So
sense.
that is a goal.
Yeah.
Would say.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I love the team a lot. With the
Say
endless memeability of Matrix, the endless possibilities that you could spin off from this. I think it's going to be exciting for the future. We got Matrix now as well. The synergies that we can create in the future, could be really sticky.
Meme-fi, the new
right?
Meme-fi revolution, right?
It could be the thing that is the narrative for this cycle that no one saw coming.
I'm foreseeing a lot of Morpheus and Matrix memes going forward in the Titan X community.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you most excited about for the protocol itself? Is it just the memeability? Is it the liquidity bonding? Is it the fact that it's capped, right? After the 14 days, it's capped.
Yes.
So it's going to be a cap deflationary. And then I would assume it's going to be like everything else in the system, and it's going to have another goal to be hyper deflationary at some point, hopefully.
Yeah.
You don't want to give too much away.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. Obviously, this is a meme token. We're supporting the ecosystem. You know, we're bringing eyes to this, which is really cool. I will say this. I will say it will be very beneficial potentially for people to hold Morpheus. And I think talking about realities coming true, I think that reality comes true it starts coming true and coming into focus and fruition in a very short amount of time. So you can treat this like a meme coin, you can speculate on it, and that's completely fine. I just wouldn't be caught without having any. Somebody once told me. So
okay, guys, that's your alpha to read between the lines. Do with that what you will, but that's some very good information to park away for the future.
Yeah, you can fade it all you want, and that's fine. We don't care if you fade this, but there might be regrets.
I mean, unless you're playing a turn game. Go ahead.
I think too, something that people are kind of sleeping on is having potentially the best looking website where it just looks like facing reality's background, where the numbers are falling and it looks really cool. And it's just something about when you go to a website that really stands out and catches your eye and looks cool. There's just something about it. You don't forget it. You want to tell people. I think that's something that I'm excited about too.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I'm stoked for you guys to see the website, man, because it's nasty. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like when you guys vibro, you've seen it facing reality, you've seen portions of it. We've been working. Is it not nasty? Is that the best word for it, dude?
It is, bro. It really is. Like, it's awesome, and I think it's gonna be. I don't even know what the word. Not like a success, but it's gonna be a good selling point.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason now, here's why, Mo. There's a method behind our madness here. We want to be a good like representation of Morpheus, obviously, but Titan X, right?
Okay.
So if we can catch that meme fire, if other people start coming in and checking us out from all across Ethereum, and they see this website, they're gonna be like, damn, like this is one of the best websites I've ever seen. That's the sort of reaction that I want out of people. So we've got a couple cool little features that are gonna be built into it too. And we just want to wow people. That wow factor means a whole lot in cryptocurrency. So that's what's important to us.
I feel like you already, right off the bat, are going to have people that don't know what TitanX is, that is barely into crypto, but that sees that and goes to the website and goes, okay, wait, now I need to check this out. What's going on now?
Yeah, it's the bait, right? I mean, ultimately, is that not what all of these brands that are connected to TitanX, isn't that kind of what brings everybody into the community? So we want that experience to be solid. And then also we want to signal to other projects that are coming out after us that, hey, there's a standard over here. Let's meet that standard and let's all crush it together. Like that's what I think we should be doing here. Now, I'm here to support. I'm not here to get the limelight per se, but we just want to make a really good representation. If we're going to put our names and reputations attached to it, we want it to look nice.
Yeah, well, that's understandable.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that'd be huge too. First impression, where you're just screenshots of the website or little like GIFs or little snippets. Just you see those on Twitter, and just everything is first impression. When new people just see something cool, and if they relate to it at all, like I think you have a much better shot of gaining someone when you have the best looking graphics that are cutting edge. I don't know, something about that is like, whoa, there's got to be something else there if they're showing this.
You're right. And there's going to be audio too, which is kind of cool.
Let's go. I didn't even know that.
You're about to, bro, I think you're about to fulfill what I've been waiting on. I actually had a conversation with another one of the builders, and they showed me their dApp, and I was like, that's the first time I've seen that on any of these sites. I've been waiting for this, and now I think you guys are going to, I can't wait.
We're excited. Yeah. And here's what's neat. When you have developers that know the Matrix concept already, it's so much easier for them to design because they watched the movie, they've grown up with it, they got all these creative ideas, and we were just kind of in the chat, just chopping back and forth, super excited. I told him, I was like, dude, I want to run through a wall right now. I'm so freaking stoked. And he starts laughing, and it's going to be good. And here's the neat thing too. I want to point this out. This is so expandable and scalable, this brand. Okay, we can go any direction that we want with this. We got to be super careful because of the copyright laws and things like that.
Right.
But we can do offshoots and derivatives and just have a really, really good time with it. So
the agent protocol.
Agents, dude, come on. Yeah, the architect, the oracle, you can keep going.
Morpheus. They just put an X instead of an S or F. Yeah. Morpheus if it came down, but I don't even think that would ever even be a problem.
Yeah.
It's like a generic name.
It is. Everything that you guys see that we're going to do is purposeful in that we want to bring eyes to TitanX. So it's marketing and branding with everything we do here. And
well, you guys got a good start so far.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Fade us. Just fade us, guys. Forget about us. We don't want it. Just walk away. It's not worth it here.
That's a dangerous game, fading in this system.
Fade it.
Yeah, unless you got an hour by hour timeline, you're like, no, I think it's gonna go down in the next hour. Like, okay, but I hope you're not long term fading anything because you're gonna get fucking wrecked possibly.
Yeah, you fly under the radar until you don't anymore. And I'm fine with that. So, shout out, thanks Bad Sports. Bad Sports has been supporting us quite a bit. Thank you for the stream yesterday. Again, check those guys out. XLR8.build, if I remember correctly. XLR8.build.
Absolutely. And Flux is just out of its first week, I believe. It had a great launch in terms of how much TitanX it has grabbed. I can't wait to see where that one's going to go over the next couple of weeks. But go ahead.
Mike Dean, his website is he's weighting the rankings by how much TitanX has been burned. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Healthy competition.
So for new projects, there's your alpha. You gotta get to the top there.
Definitely.
It's cool. It creates like a friendly competition.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any? I think all the TitanX people and all the Mike Dean fans now want to know: is there any future possible tie-in with maybe his protocol? I'm just,
we had some.
I think we got to consult the Oracle.
Yeah, we got
Could
to
they
talk to
possibly?
Oracle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
We got to go
ask
see
Mike
the
that.
Oracle.
Yeah. Now, what a cool dude, man. Super down to earth, super smart. I think that what you're going to see is that there's opportunities for people to work together. They're going to work together because what's the downfall, right? Like there is no downfall. So maybe you see something like that. Maybe.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Is there anything else that you guys want to highlight on this protocol? I think we pretty much did all the high level stuff. We talked about the minting phase. We talked about the LP creation.
Yeah. How
the details we're going to maybe work out a couple kinks here in the next couple days, and then you'll drop kind of the final alpha.
Yep. We're I'm going back and forth with small little details with my devs right now, and everything's almost done. We'll be ready for audit next Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I think. We'll send it off to audit, and then after that, the whole world will get some more details about what's next.
Do you want to tease out at all any more of a timeline at all, or are you just going to leave it at that?
I think that if you look at some of the important macroeconomic dates in the TitanX ecosystem, maybe you just kind of look at those. Look at some important dates coming up, maybe.
I got it. Okay. Awesome.
Get on that gematria.
Yeah. Let me get into the chat. I've kind of ignored the chat a little bit. I did give Bad Sports 10 shout outs because he deserves it for that super chat. I appreciate you very much, sir.
You'll get a lot of more of those in the bull market. A whole lot more.
Let's fucking go. If you guys have any questions in the chat, go ahead and drop them. We're going to kind of wrap up here in just a little bit. I think an hour is a good solid time for a stream for everybody.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. TitanX for the win, but the Volt launch was a huge disappointment. Well, the Volt launch isn't even out of its mint phase, so I would say be careful about judging that before it's even finished launching.
Yeah, it was profitable.
I feel like that's.
Day. I mean,
yeah, I feel like that's also someone saying, being like, Dragon X isn't successful, and we're on week 3, and you're like, do you know where this is going? I don't. Yeah, we're still in the beginning of that one, so maybe give that a little bit more time.
Yeah. You have two choices: you either buy it from the market or you mint it, and it's up to you which one you choose. That's it. It's not that hard.
Consult the Oracle.
Yeah, talk to the Oracle, man.
Yeah, is that for Bad Sports on when the red pill on Inferno?
Yeah,
he needs to talk to the Oracle.
Let's consult the Oracle.
All right, you got to talk to the Oracle, man. I'm just the messenger. Utah is awesome. He's part of the Blaze crew. He's one of the awesome OGs in our system. Johnny Papa was agreeing with him. What else we got here? The Gingerbread Gang. Nice. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Yes, appreciate you, everybody. 20% is a great burn. Well played.
Yep, 20%, and then 20% buy and burn for Dragon X. So 20% of that whole wallet over 18 months as well.
That's legit.
Yep.
I feel like we also, I kind of mentioned it, but I feel like people aren't at all focusing on the fact that this is another capped deflationary coin. And it's bonded with more capped hyper deflationary stuff. Like, what's happening in the future? What could happen here is absolutely wild. You tell me you have another capped deflationary coin coming out and you have it liquidity paired and bonded with another hyper deflationary coin. Yeah.
It's levers on levers, man. Yeah. I mean, Titan X goes crazy. Dragon X gets slingshotted up with it. And then Titan X goes crazy, Dragon X goes crazy, and then we get the benefit of all that leverage as the meme coin with the lower liquidity to really shoot through the roof. So it's incredible.
I mean, did you see what Baby Dragon X did?
Mm-hmm.
Baby Dragon X is paired on Dragon X. It had a massive pop.
Yeah.
I have to go back to the chart, but I'm pretty sure it did well over 100x from its bottom to its top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff you'll see.
Flywheels on flywheels on flywheels.
Not with us per se, but just generally speaking.
Not financial advice. We're all people just shooting the shit,
not promising.
having a conversation. All right. You're interacting with
the thing. So the thing too is we're all just used to regular coins with, you know, the supply already being out, or 3%, 5% inflation. We've never seen what's about to happen with the amount of inflation falling just out of the sky. I mean, it's going to start plummeting the next 2.5 months, and we're just so used to one thing. Like, we've never seen this before. So it's just like no one really knows what's going to happen, honestly.
Yep.
It's like
Go ahead.
Oh, it's like the whole ecosystem realized, you know what, we always have an inflationary problem. Why not all work together and negate the inflationary part of crypto?
Yeah. No, I mean, you think, 4 years ago, last cycle, Sheep Coin and Doge. I mean, what are the quadrillions of those? And yeah, now we're going in the exact opposite direction where we're like, let's remove as much as possible on the market, benefit the coin, benefit the system. And it's kind of wild that it's taken 3 cycles to get to this point, 4 cycles to get here. But thank God, here we are now.
Another piece of alpha too that I'm going to kind of spill out here. I can't give you too much details, but if you are a person that wants to be a part of this, would like to build their own thing, but you don't have 10 or 20 or 30 or $50,000 to build something custom, you might want to come join the Morpheus Telegram, because there's going to be more information. And I think we can benefit those people as well to kind of stand up their own micro communities within the Titan X ecosystem without breaking the bank. So, and of course, if you're a builder, or you want to have something built that's robust, the Accelerate guys are great. They've been around. They've been serving the Titan X community. But for anybody else, you might want to stick around in the Telegram and wait for further info.
There's lots of very smart people and very helpful people in these communities. And if you pay attention, you'll find that there's a lot of alpha you can find. There's like you said, you will find a lot of people that can help you with whatever you want if you kind of keep your eyes and your ears open, and you kind of pick up on the cues on who the good people are. But I would say definitely, if you guys want to look into building your own crypto or your own project, absolutely, the Accelerate crew is someone to look at. But also, I know you're doing that also with Build the Tech. Yeah,
I'm not. Here's what's important too. I don't want to step on their toes whatsoever. I don't care about that part here. Like, I'm more Pulse Chain and maybe some other communities. If you're going to go with guys, go with those guys. That's fine. But we will have a way. We'll have some opportunities for people to be able to build if they don't have the huge chunks of change, and be a part of this too. So more details will come out about that.
Awesome. Hey, and my main point was just more that the more of you that there are out there, the more helpful it is to the whole community.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Absolutely awesome that you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any questions in the chat. Is there anything you guys want to focus on the Morpheus launch? I think we pretty much went through it all. We did the flow chart. We did the minting. Talking about the last sort of tweaks that'll happen.
Yeah. I think the big takeaway here is we're not going to beg people, guys. So if you're not tapped in, if you're not tuned in, you're not going to find out about it. So that's just we want to get this mint phase over and done with as soon as possible. So if you want to participate. If you don't, then you're not going to, and then that's that. You'll have one shot. So We're not going to beg you.
Talk about, though, one last time, because we're not gonna beg you, but talk about the decay rate one more time in terms of if you are going to participate.
Yeah.
Why would earlier be better?
This is going to go balls to the wall for 14 days straight. That's all you got. Every single day, your first day is going to be your best rate. Okay, so taking a page out of the book of Bad Sports and the Inferno folks, we're just kind of shrinking everything down to a very short time frame. I'm going to make the decay rate pretty strong as well to encourage people to get involved as soon as they can. So it's just 14 days. The first day is going to be the best day. It's going to be very predictable, steady decay rate, and just be involved, be tapped in, come in the Telegram. You know, when we notify people, we pin it, and everybody's notified in the Telegram. You can check out Follow Facing Reality. Please subscribe to Vibra Finance's YouTube channel. The Verse will know about it too. Mo will let you know about it. You can talk about it. But just be tapped into the people that are giving you information, because if you're not, you're going to miss it. 14 days. That's it.
Bad Sports is mad with me because I tried to suss out the launch date and you wouldn't give it to me. So not my fault. I tried.
Once the artists come back, I'm sure it'll be a little closer, or we could give a little bit more of a timeline.
Yeah.
I feel like you gave a pretty good hint there. I mean,
well, there's a couple dates, you know, but
there's a couple things to look for.
Yeah, a couple things to look for, but it's strategic. It's strategic.
Before day 369, will you give me that?
I can't give you any more information.
I'm fucking trying.
He needs to. Bad Sports needs to pay you more. That's all I got.
I'm trying. I'm trying to make everybody happy. I got DMs. Come on, man. You got to ask him this. Come on, get this out of him.
You're good.
I'm trying. Guys, I appreciate you very much. Let's as a way to kind of bounce out here. What are you guys most excited about for the next 3 months besides Morpheus? What in the TitanX system, or even the Pulse chain, just crypto in large, life in general? What are you excited about going forward towards the end of the year? Facing, let's start with you.
I want to see the market expand. Once we see expansion within the market, then everything will do well. So I don't think anything is going to be isolated. I just looking forward to the narrative, how they're going to spin it to support the upcoming narrative where things go a direction, if it's going to be up or down. I just want to know where we're going to go and how we're going to go there. And then once we know, then everything will start running or collapsing. So it's one or the other.
You're like, I need to know so I can prepare, please.
Right. So, yeah.
Yep. Am I next? Adam, you're next.
Yeah.
I would like to see Trump win. I think that would be good for crypto. I want to see Hester Pierce take over the SEC. I think that would be great. I want to see stablecoin legislation happen this year. And then I think that solidifies the United States to be the home of crypto, not like just this clown show that's been going on. So I think those are 3 things I want to see that are going to solidify this bull run and hopefully the foundation of crypto in the United States, not around the world.
Well said.
Man, what a great
That's
point.
perfect.
Yeah. I love seeing happy people, man. And if you haven't lived through a legit bull run, it's hard to sleep. It's hard to concentrate on anything. You're constantly looking at your portfolio, and it's just like dopamine dump 24/7. I mean, you wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you're bringing your phone to check your portfolio type of stuff. So that's, but
Yes.
I'm excited about Pulse Chain. I've stuck up for Pulse Chain, Hex, all the RH stuff, and dude, I'm so excited to see that do well. I've got no doubt in my mind that it will. I'm so excited for TitanX. I see TitanX as new opportunities for content creators and new builders out there and people who haven't been involved. Here's a really good opportunity to get in on the ground level. And don't think about this as, hey, I got in and I'll get out in 3 months. No, stick around for 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years, because that's when the fireworks happen. Certainly the next bull run with this protocol too, and others. So I just think I'm excited to be in the right place at the right time and just sit back with the experience I have in other bull runs and just observe other people and just see like the super chats come in. You'll get a $500 super chat and like all sorts of stuff. People are going to be making money hand over fist, and it's great, man. It's just a great environment. And a lot of people suffered a very long time, this whole bear market, to get to this point. So this is going to be the fruits of your labor. This is going to be your sacrifice. Sacrifice turns into massive value and benefit now.
Amen.
I don't want to add anything to that because that's perfect. Guys, I love you all. Thank you much for coming. Please check out Brandon, his YouTube, his X page. Please check out Vibra Finance. Same thing. Please subscribe to them. You guys, Facing Reality, follow him. You guys got to follow these guys. These are some of the smartest people in the ecosystem, and these are some of my favorite people to watch over the last year and a half, 2 years. So please, you guys, if you're not familiar with them, check them out. And I've already talked too long and ruined the perfect exit you guys gave me. So I love you guys. Thank you much for coming. Appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
Thank you.